Hey YouTube, Anthony here. Want to do a quick video tonight on make a few comments on a few videos that I watched today. Just give you some thoughts on what's going on, fill you in on some things, and talk about some prepping items. We'll talk about the hurricane, Hurricane Isaac, or actually Tropical Storm Isaac, that may turn into Hurricane Isaac in the coming days. And it may hit several parts of Florida and then into the Gulf Coast area also. But a couple things I wanted to point out. Miami Prepper did a video today on his channel called The Last Straw. I thought it was an excellent video. I was going to do a full commentary on it, but he gets right to the point on a lot of items. So I want to point my subscribers to that video. I'll put it in the description box. And he talks about a lot of things, talks about the current elections and how important it is to not vote for a socialist leader, but vote for maybe the next best thing, which would be, I guess you'd call him Romney. I personally wasn't so big on Romney the first time around, and I'm a lot less enthusiastic about him this time around, but judging by who we have in office and the administration that's running this country right now, I don't see any other way, and there's no one else to vote for, so rather than waste my vote, I guess I'm going to have to vote for Romney. One of the things that disturbs me is with all the presidential executive orders that have been passed down over the last 4 years by the Obama administration. Many of them are unconstitutional, and what gets me is that you really don't hear much from the Republicans on those laws that were passed or those executive orders that were signed. So it just tells me that it's like studio wrestling. You have you're going to be the good guy today. Tomorrow I'm going to be the bad guy. We're going to fight in the ring. Here's who's going to win. Here's what's going to go on. It's almost like an orchestrated waltz that they practice back and forth, the Democrats and the Republicans. The media is totally complicit. And actually, if you're listening to the news, keep your ears open for the things you're not hearing. And even the things you're not hearing in this campaign, things you're not hearing the Republicans say. Because if I was running for president, I would have a whole list of items, maybe a top 10 items that I'd be reading every time I campaigned around the country. And I'd be reading those things over and over and over again, asking this administration to explain themselves on how they could pass such corrupt laws and put us in such financial turmoil. So by the Republicans not bringing those things up, it just tells me that they're partly complicit in what's going on around the country. And Miami Prepper touches on, the NDAA law that can make, they can come and get you for any reason, and for no reason and no due process take you away if they think you're a threat to the government, if they deem you a terrorist. And he talks about the danger law in Cuba and how it's very similar to our NDAA law. And he gives some good examples of that. I, for the last 12 years down here in South Florida, have worked with many Cubans, now many Venezuelans that have fled their countries and have come to America to seek a better life because their countries are socialist and communist. And it's just how it goes. They fled here to come here for freedom. And where are we going to go when freedom is not free here anymore? Where else is there to go? I mean, you really have to do some soul searching this election cycle and really come to grips on where our country is going to be, a year from now, 2 years, and 4 years from now. I personally think that this administration is going to win the election again. They're doing a pretty good job of registering illegal voters. They're going to be doing a real good job on not telling you things they should be telling you. They're going to be doing a real good job on just covering up and glossing over things and talking about nonsensical things rather than the total destruction of our economy. Speaking of our economy, another video YouTube channel that I like to point you guys to is Greg Vegas 5909. I know I spoke about him in another video that I did, but I don't keep all my videos up very long that I do like on news reports. I take them down after a while. So go to Greg Vegas 5909 and you'll get the clear scoop every day on what's going on economically in this country and how the dollar is getting ready to crash and how the bubble's getting ready to burst and how everybody thinks they have money in the bank and you really don't. It's just an illusion. Because tomorrow, if everyone ran to the banks and went to get their money out, they'd laugh at you and shut the door. Your money's not in the bank. Your 401k is not there, really. It could disappear tomorrow. So Greg Vegas talks about becoming your own central bank. And I'm not going to go into detail. He's the expert on it, and I've been watching his videos now for a while. So watch his videos. He comes out with one every day. Update on the economy. Food preps with this possible hurricane hitting South Florida and hitting Cuba and parts of the Dominican Republic and maybe Haiti. It could do a lot of damage. We haven't had a major storm here in South Florida since Hurricane Wilma, and that was only a Category 1, and it did massive damage here in South Florida. So in my hurricane preps, I'm already prepped. I add a little bit here and there, but if you're a prepper and a storm's coming, you're already prepped. I don't have to run to the store and buy, some cans of tuna and some water. Although I did pick up some items today just to add to whatever I have. I prep continually, and I preach it on my channel. And just need some lids, some buckets, some bay leaves, some Mylar bags, different size oxygen absorbers, 2,000 cc's for the big cans, and then I buy the, I think these are the 300 cc's for the, for the smaller items and jars and things like that, and your Home Depot buckets or your different kinds of buckets. I'm going to be doing a video on this little emergency food ration. This is a little one-day food ration. It's 3 meals. It costs $3.99 in the Army Navy store. And I'm going to take one day very soon and just live on this food bar for that day and just see how my body reacts to it. So just this food bar and water. But tonight, I can tell you that instead of going to the store and scrambling around with everyone else trying to get hurricane supplies, my supplies are already stocked. I put up just under 100 pounds of sugar tonight, and tomorrow I'm getting ready to put up about 130 pounds of rice in buckets and Mylar bags. So, and I'll just be adding to my preps over the weekend. When and if the storm hits, I'll be buckled down. I'm ready to go, and I'm bring it on. So I'm not scrambling like most people are, or thinking that they're going to go to the store and buy a couple cans of Campbell's soup and a gallon of water and they're going to be okay. You need to prepare for much more than 3 days. And if you're not moving in that direction, you're going to be sorry some days very soon. Because if you can't eat, you can't feed your family, and you don't have fresh water, you don't have a means of acquiring fresh water, you're going to be up a creek without a paddle. You've heard that expression before. So, check out Miami Prepper's video on the last straw. It's very good and very to the point. He speaks from experience. I've spoken to a lot of people from other countries that have dictators right now, and many of the laws that our country has passed are dictatorial in nature. They're unconstitutional, and people should be screaming and should be up in arms. And hopefully at the polls this November that will occur, and we will maybe slow this tide down and maybe start changing it around. Greg Vegas, 5909 for economic news. If you really want to hear talk radio, michaelsavage.com. Best talk radio show on. Michael Savage doesn't pull any punches. He'll give you the truth straight up, and he's not afraid to speak his mind. That's why he has just about 10 million listeners across the country. Forget about the daytime shows. There's nobody good on during the day, including Rush Limbaugh. He has some good points here and there, but he basically toes the Republican line, and I don't believe I think the Republicans have let us down. In fact, the only Republican that I really admire right now is probably Alan West, and it's because I've had some personal experience with him here in South Florida, with some rallies I've been to before he was elected back in 2008. And the man is a stand-up guy. He knows history. He knows what's going on in the country. He knows what to say and when to say it, and he's not afraid to confront evil head on, and that's why I like him. So that's all I'm going to talk about tonight. Hopefully do some videos this weekend with some news reports and some other commentaries that I have planned. But I just wanted to get this video up tonight and just give you guys an update on my channel, what I've been doing. No, I'm not scrambling around, running around, gathering supplies. I already have plenty. Just continuing my preps day by day. Thanks, and take care.